directors where they really help the actor. There are some directors wala talaga silang alam about acting. And then there's some that know
Because
how to.
there are different paths to become a director, you know what I mean? Yeah. You can be an editor, and then eventually you just get promoted to become a director.
Food smells good.
Yeah. The most typical is you start as a production assistant, then you go up to assistant director. But then there are some who are writers. You can tell once you've been working with them for so long. Once you've been working for so long and you work with different directors, you can tell. Because like some are really anal about the lines, and this chick used to be a writer because she cares so much about the lines in the script. Some directors don't care about the lines. You know what I mean? There's like,
Basta you get the gist.
those are the ones who were actors before. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what scene's going, do your thing, bro. You know what I mean? Like, there's like that
How old
also.
were you when you started?
Acting? 16? Trash, bro. Anything. English, Tagalog, anything I did was hot doo-doo water.
Yes! Thank God, it's Friday at patapos na nga ang linggo pero hindi natatapos ang pilihan dito lang sa Kumunity Decides. It is me, Robbie D. At bukas, magaganap po ang panibagong Head of Household Challenge. Kaya naman, ang ating tanong ay, sino housemate ang gusto mong mauna para sa ikalawang Head of Household Challenge? Oras nang pumili at i-check nyo lang ang gift tab to send the assigned virtual gifts for the housemate of your choice. Nandyan, no? Tinuturo na ng ating arrow. Kaya please, vote wisely. And choose wisely dahil nasa inyong mga kamay ang kapalaran ng ating housemates dito lang sa Kumunity Decides. Dalhin na ang saya online using our official hashtag PBB Community LS Day 21. And again, ako po si Robbie D. Tambay sa bahay ni Kuya. And I'll see you later.
He's both what? You should bring me.
A worship leader and stuff.
I mean, yeah, let's do it.
There's a church here that I
Are
think
you-
you'd like.
Favorite? Yeah.
It's a Christian channel.
RJ's already, he's like, coming this year.
RJ did
home
it
church.
right there.
He's not like, we're pretty
No
close.
way.
He's like, this is your home church when you get here. I was like, alright, cool, bro.
I've never been there.
I've seen one online service.
My parents were super religious growing up, and I kind of just lost the fire. And there was a time I was so mad, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, just, God isn't real, you know what I mean? I went,
We've all gone through it.
yeah, but like now, I'm starting to slowly come back.
Yeah, and the cool
Slowly.
thing is, like, that's your process,
Yeah.
and it doesn't change who God is or how He sees you. You
Yeah,
just gotta walk
for
through
sure,
it
yeah.
the way you want to walk through it.
Yeah.
At the end, you always end up back.
Yeah, and know He's always there whenever you're ready. He's not forceful. Like, people like to force. Like, I'm never gonna be that dude on the street corner saying you're going to hell with the street.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
That's
That's what
not
I
our
don't
job.
get, man.
Like, my job is to love God and love people, help wherever they're at in life.
And that's the greatest part
That's it.
of God.
I don't judge. I don't discriminate.
And I feel like some of the most judgmental people I ever meet are in church.
And usually, people that don't like church, they don't like. It's not because they don't like God. It's
They don't like the people in the church.
I
Yeah.
That's it. No,
Yeah, it really is.
We gotta be conscious of that. Like, if we can't. We look so unattractive as the church, as the body of Christ. Why would anyone want what we have? But if you live your life without talking about it a lot, and they can just see the way you live your life, oh, there's something about you, that's me. Like, I'm not a preacher. The only message I preach is how I live my life. Just how my actions and how I am.
And just like teach them people like,
Yeah.
like share them the gospel of God. Just
I've been
that.
really serious since I got in here. I'm not usually this serious. So.
No, it brings out that side of you.
Yeah.
It does.
I'm like, all the conversations I've had with everyone has been pretty good, pretty deep.
I was heavy contemplating life when I'm gonna show you this book.
It's really true that like people in the church judge you.
It's the worst. Like when someone comes in and they haven't got it all together, they're wearing something different. A lot of like older church generation will be like, why are they here? They can't. When the opposite, like Jesus was there for the people that felt left out, the prostitutes, the tax collectors who back in those days were looked down upon. He pulled them in, and that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to pull them in and love them.
Yeah.
My best friend is half English. So he lived in London for a while, and I guess it messed with him. So he started reading this book, and it calmed him down a lot. And it was so perfect because, like, I never told him this, but before like New Year's, my resolution was to be more in the moment because I'm always either thinking about what's next or like being a bee about the past.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I should have done this. This shouldn't have happened to me. So reading that book helped me a lot, bro. If I finish it while I'm in the house, I'll let you go through it.
I'd love to. My mind's always going. When I lay down in bed, I'm like thinking. That's why I can't fall asleep right away.
I don't know.
I have to like pray and meditate and just like drain everything out.
That's how
You know what helps? Writing in a journal.
Exactly.
Helps
I
so much.
literally write in my journal every day,
Yes.
and we can't do that here.
Yeah, especially if you have like, let's say you have no one to talk to. If you write down a journal, everything that you want to say is.
And it's unfiltered.
Yeah.
I was a couple months ago. There was an AC unit that leaked on my journal, and it soaked everything. And I lost everything I wrote during my breakup. Like it was the most deep
Damn, the
journal.
most time you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll never be able to look back and see where I was. But I think it was like it's like God saying you can move on from that. You don't need to revisit that. Like let it go. So I was like, alright, cool. Because at first I was like, why am I crying about a journal? Like
it's not
I
about
felt
the
so dumb. But it was like the only thing that listened to me with like no judgment when I just needed to let out.
Well, since you can't write in a journal now, what I do is kind of like pray it out. I'm kind of.
And I'm here. I'll be your big bro if you need me.
I remember I have a journal and like every time na mapuno siya, I burn it out.
Really? Just to like let go of it. And
Well, one of the reasons why I'd want to destroy it, like after I'm done with it, is so that no one sees it. It's like those, like, what if someone sees your deepest, darkest thoughts? And I'm like, ah!
it depends on the season of my life too. Sometimes I want to look back and be like when I was like a kid, I was like, I want to move to LA one day and be an actor.
Oh, now you
I want
have
to look back and be like, you did that. Like you can look back and tell yourself you did that.
And with them, your girlfriend.
It's in her pockets.
Because sometimes you forget to be thankful as well. Like I was in LA 3 years and then there was after 3 years, but I sat in a coffee shop, I looked around, I was like, dude, I know you didn't get that audition kanina, but just be thankful you're here. You wanted to be in LA for so long and now you're here. But you're so always thinking about the next thing. I forgot to be thankful. And I looked back and I was like, dude, you hoped and prayed for this. Like, sit in that moment.
Always be grateful for everything.
Albie, no bandanas in the confession room. Ganun ba yun? Rule yun.
I mean, if Kuya will like,
I should take it off.
if he says no,
What is it? Why is he wearing pants? Ikaw na? It's what it said.
like how's the experience like being in a worship?
I love it. They're family. And it's not literally I don't try and sound bad, but it's not about me. You know? It's like I'm worshiping for an audience of one. So if I mess up, there's no judgment. Like singing in front of like for your career, you're constantly being judged, and I grew up like that. Fear of the judgment of people. And it's not like a product I'm showing, it's me. So if you judge for me, but when I lead worship, it's a unity, it's a community, and like, you know, you and the band are so solid, and then you see like, rather than when we lead for like youth camps or youth conventions, you see kids who are going through like broken families or whatever, and they're like, when they raise their hands and they give it to God and they surrender it, and you can see God touching them. Just it's not about me at all. And that's what I love.
That's what I love them. Every time I hear like worship songs, like they touch you.
And sometimes when you're like going through something and you don't have the words anymore to pray, you're just like in pain, but you have the worship song to unite your feeling with, and yun na lang you could cry out mo kay God. Those
You know that
moments.
swing is my devotional song. Sayo song, no?
Yeah.
Clean.
I love that.
That's my devotional song.
It's crazy how like it's more than a song. It's like
It's like a prayer.
Tony Arami, Masayang lobo. Nay, alam mo yung kantang yun?
Ay, baka alam ni Madam Ino.
Replay, please. Replay. Ano na?
Ang title, Feel Like That.
I feel like that.
Kunin mo na yung red. Ang arte naman ito. Chick, sayawin natin. Ay, grabe si Ate Karen. K-pop, oh. Back.
Oh, back. Oh,
K-pop.
Actually, nahulog ako eh. Nahulog ako. Tapos nag-roll ako, tapos napunit-punit.
Sino kailangan mo sa X-Men o sa Wolverine?
Hindi ko alam, pinag-base kami.
Kaya mo eh.
Naka-shirt ako.
Naka-jeans kami, oh.
Doorbell ako ng doorbell, ayaw buksan. Nagpalit ako ng pantalon. Ako, KD, Karen, okay, Naomi. Naomi, for the best actor.